Coverage is also brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU, and by Lewis Bakeries, bakers of Bunny, Sunbeam, and Healthy Life Breads. Be part of the show by emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Lady Raiders, Dick Palmer. Healthy Life Breads. Be part of the show by emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Lady Raiders, Dick Palmer.
Thank you. It's Monday in Murfreesboro, and it's time for Rick Insell Live, coming to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill, right across our beautiful campus at Middle Tennessee State University. Dick Palmer with the head coach of the Lady Raiders, and we've got a lot of stuff to take care of tonight, Coach, in our final show of the season.
Absolutely.
So let's get right into it and take a look at our Blue Raider headlines, brought to you by the Murfreesboro Post, covering daily news from Murfreesboro. Pick one up around town every Monday or log into murfreesboropost.com. Here we go. Headline number one. The Lady Raiders conclude the regular season with a two-game homestand as they welcome Charlotte on Wednesday night and Old Dominion on Saturday. The Lady Raiders are assured a bye into the quarterfinals with wins in both games. Headline number two, Saturday is the annual Legends Game, where former players are invited back for their to be recognized at halftime and for a pregame luncheon. It's also Senior Day for MTSU, and there will also be a Next Level Club pregame luncheon beginning at 11:30. The game is scheduled to tip at 2 o'clock. And finally, the Lady Raiders have connected for 250 three-pointers this season. That is sixth most in program history. Middle Tennessee is fourth nationally for three-point field goals per game with 9.6, and I think we got our season high Saturday up at Bowling Green, Coach. But we're looking forward to both these games this week, particularly Saturday, because that's always a special game for our seniors and for our fans.
Well, I think both games are very important. We got Charlotte right off the bat. They're leading the conference. We had a one-point game with them there. It was a back-and-forth game. So, right now I've got my mind on Charlotte. I'm not even thinking about ODU till we get through with Wednesday night. And then at that point I'll be able to look at the ODU film and see what's going on. But right now, our main focus of our coaches is on what we got to do with Charlotte.
A few empty seats tonight. That's because your coaching staff is on the road recruiting, I understand.
Well, I'm headed out too in about 20-25 minutes. I think Nina's in Clarksville and Kim is over watching. She's over at Watertown. I can't say who she's watching. And I'm headed to Manchester. And then Matt, who knows where Matt's at? He may be in Europe right now. Who knows?
You should have a sheet on your table giving you some insight into Lady Raider basketball. You'll find the league standings there. Some statistics, all the stats for the season are on the back side of the sheet. And Tony puts this together for our show every Monday, and it's a great asset. I
think Tony does as good a job as any media relations person in the country, and I have to deal with all of them. I'll just be honest with you. And he gets our fans the information out. He gets the opposing coaches. He gets the information to me. I don't know that there's a better person that does his job out there than Tony Stennett. And I don't know that there's anybody any more loyal to the Blue Raiders than Tony Stennett. He's over now our alumni, and he's over our Hall of Fame stuff. Right. I don't know that Chris could have done a better job of picking someone like him to do that.
And he puts together great game notes too, Coach.
Well, you got to read them, Dick. I read them. I don't think you do.
Page 1 through page 26. Let's take a look at our contest from last week. The first question was, which opponent has Middle Tennessee played the most in program history? A lot of you said Western Kentucky. That was incorrect. The correct answer was Tennessee Tech. Middle Tennessee I think we got some winners out there. Middle Tennessee has played them 80 times. We only had 2 correct answers. That was Jennifer, who was back there, and Lisa Beatty. They were the only 2 that got that right.
I'm telling you right now, those 2 both are questionable.
You think we might ought to double check those answers?
Maybe Jennifer stays on that phone all the time, looking up information, so she's pretty good at it. And Lisa, look at who Lisa's married to out there.
Second question was, how many seasons has Middle Tennessee hit 200 or more three-pointers? I think that was brought out in the notes. Some of you did a good job of reading those notes. The answer was 15, and we did have 6 correct answers for that. And all of the correct answers all season have been collected and saved and put into a box. And we're gonna draw them right now for our grand prize of the season. Also, I think we have had T-shirts distributed to most of our ladies here, and if you didn't get a T-shirt, then you can see Tony. But most of our fans there have gotten their T-shirts already. Now, Tony, are we ready to do this? Let's tell them what we're drawing for first. Can we show that to them? Yep. Here it is right here. It's an official Lady Raider travel bag. All the players have these. Okay, coaches, players.
They're pretty handy. You can get a lot of stuff in them.
So we're going to draw for that.
You better watch Tony. He'll cheat up here, I'm telling you right now. That's why I told him to bring this box tonight, because he'll pick out who he wants to get it. And, Tony, you need to let someone else reach over in there probably and get that.
The suspense is killing me. All right, there we go. You want to let Coach read the winning entry? I know you can't read it without your glasses.
God. Lisa Beatty. I told y'all she was questionable.
Lisa, you going to the tournament?
Oh, she's going to the tournament, I can tell you that.
Going in style with that Lady Raider. How about a nice hand for all of you who participated all season in our contest. One of our fine sponsors is Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes back Middle Tennessee State University fans to the Murphy Center. This year, Bud Light is for the fans. We're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we'll be talking with Coach Insell about last week's activities and later.
Inspection on our produce. Like for citrus, we check for things like scarring and sunburn. Yep, oranges can sunburn, and we'll make sure you never see it. In fact, we only allow the best oranges, lemons, and grapefruits to reach our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Murfreesboro, you can count on an award-winning service team for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Lee Company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, recognized by Angie's List as a super service provider since 2008, is ready to assist with all your home maintenance needs. Heating and air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, home improvement, and more. Experience the convenience of calling one phone number for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Call Lee Company today at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
The MTSU Alumni Association is proud of its more than 130,000 living alumni who are leading, teaching, entertaining, researching, flying, farming, nursing, and more worldwide. Every Blue Raider accomplishment adds value to your degree. Are you connected to the MTSU National Alumni Association? Visit mtalumni.com to share what you're doing, update your information, and see how you can be involved and informed. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hey, Blue Raiders, thinking about buying a second home along the coast? I've got you covered. From Gulf Shores to Apalachicola, or maybe a condo cabin in the Smokies, I've got that covered too. Buying, selling, or auction here in Middle Tennessee? Not a problem either. Call on me, Richard Lewis, for all of your real estate dreams. Oh, by the way, I'm never too busy for any of your referrals. Exit Realty, Bob Lamb & Associates, 615-896-5656.
Luxuriously designed, exquisitely detailed, first in its class, corner to corner a true work of art. capable of going from $0 to $300,000 in a few seconds flat. Are we talking about a sports car? Oh no, we're talking about Jumbo Bucks Premium Edition Instant Games from the Tennessee Lottery. So test drive the new gold standard and instant tickets today. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into Wicker. It's live coming to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill. Great crowd here tonight. Coach to
Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into Wicker. It's live coming to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill. Great crowd here tonight. Coach to send us off for our final 2 games of the season, and then the tournament coming up next week. So glad to have everybody out tonight. Your old fishing buddies here tonight. Coach Stock's over there.
Coach Stock was here last week, Dick.
Yep.
Hey, Coach Stock, he is a little bit better fisherman than me.
I was just going to ask you that.
He don't smoke a cigar, and I do.
So, tough road trip last week. They're not any of them easy, but when you have to bus 6.5 hours to get to where you're going, and then right after you play the game, bus 4.5 hours to get to the next spot, it's not easy on any of us.
Well, Dick, that was about a 6-hour ride down from Marshall to Bowling Green. We was in the rain. I don't know that we ever got over 50 miles an hour. Couldn't see the road. Of course, you were in the back reading. I was sitting on the front seat trying to help the driver see, but it wasn't. It's not a trip I'd like to take every day, coming off that mountain. And then finally, when you hit the Bluegrass Parkway, you thought maybe you might have had it made, but it was raining so hard you couldn't hardly see the road.
So we got in about 1 o'clock in the morning to Bowling Green, and then had a fairly early practice on Friday, as I recall.
We did, and I went against probably why we lost the game. I went against my principle, spending money up there. But you know, when you got to take that trip, it's just something we all have to endure. Stock had to drive up there, I think, maybe last year. And the guys got to drive up there. It's a tough situation when you get on that bus and you got players, you got everybody that helps you, from your trainers to your strength conditioning to Tony and your coaches, and it's just a tough situation. Your managers, your practice players. So, you know, it's you're really moving a town when you go somewhere.
Yeah, and, you know, we tend to think, well, you know, the players are young, they can handle it better than us older guys, but, you know, it wears on everybody.
Well, this time of the year wears on everybody. You get to the end of the year and you've taken all those trips through January and February, and it's tough. But that's Division I basketball. That's what you know. The thing about it, we could have flown up. Chris had given us permission to fly up there and back, and we made the decision to we could have chartered up, and we didn't. And we made the decision that we needed this young group to practice at Bowling Green, and so that's why we opted out of taking a charter up and coming back and driving back up from Murfreesboro to Bowling Green. You know, I still think we probably made the right decision. They needed to shoot in that gym, and they hadn't been there before.
Marshall, we had not lost at Marshall since you've been here, and we didn't lose Thursday night. Won the game 65-57. Really wasn't that close. We got off to a great start in the first quarter, and they came back a little bit on us, and it was nip and tuck there for a little while, but we were able to hang on at the end.
Well, I think Marshall, going into the weekend, we felt like Marshall would be a tougher game than Western Kentucky. And we really, really prepped for the Marshall game, and we got off to a good start. We were able to execute our offense, and we played pretty good defense. The Wheeler kid kind of did what the kid did from Western the other day. I think she hit the first half. I think that she hadn't missed but one shot if she had missed any. And then, coming out at halftime, Lex went to work on her, and I don't think she got but one more basket. But she's first team all-conference. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She does a good job. Everything they do is around her, and they're really good at it. And they know each other's moves right and left, and they're a good basketball team. They're gonna give somebody problems in the conference tournament.
No doubt about that. And she got 22, but 10 of those were at the free throw line, and she did not miss from the free throw line. We had one of your freshmen, Coach, just step up and play. I thought Courtney Blakely played her best game of the season.
She did, and she was very much in it mentally, and ran our basketball team, just did a great job. I was really proud for her. She was player of the game. I think maybe Tony might have put her up also for freshman of the week. She had a good game. And she plays like that. She can help this basketball team, and, she's our future. She's our future at the point guard.
She wasn't really looking to score that much, but she scored 11, and she was penetrating into the paint, which set up our three-point shooters a lot of times.
She's just so quick, and she's so strong that she can do that. She's a different type player than Dorr. And then we kind of moved Dorr to the shooting guard, and we put her at the point guard, and she did a great job.
Yeah, and also in that game, old reliable Courtney Whitson, once again, 19 points. Did she have a double-double? She had a bunch of rebounds, I know.
She had 19 points and 9 rebounds.
Right, almost had a double-double, and just is there when you need her, isn't she?
Well, I've said this over and over, and I guess some people may get tired of it. I don't, but she never takes a play off. She plays every play means something to Courtney Whitson, and you don't get many of those. You don't get many of those, and every play means something to her in practice. Straight A student, face of the basketball program. I mean, she's what you want. She's what you want the Lady Raider program to be like.
When things aren't going well in practice, I notice that she will get the team together, and she will take charge in that circle, and the coaches don't have to do that.
Well, her or Lex.
Yeah.
And, Lex is coming on the show tonight. I think she's got something she wants to talk to the fans about tonight. But, I've said this over and over. I'm going to go into battle, and I'm going to take Lexus Whittington with me, and I'm going to take Courtney Whitson with me, because I know they're going to give you everything they got. They're not going to back off. Now, we're going to make some mistakes, but who doesn't make mistakes?
Another player in that same mold, one of your former players, was at the game, and I think came in the locker room afterwards, did she? Emily Queen?
Emily Queen was a good young lady. She's got one daughter now, got another daughter on the way.
Middle Tennessee Christian School.
Just loves Lady Raider basketball, was a big part of it. I think she won three conference championships.
All right, it was always good to see former players, especially those of the.
To make sure they're at their
that stream is too loud.
Bakery, they
knocking
do the
our
same
ears
thing
off.
to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
The Murfreesboro Post is Rutherford County's sports leader. No one covers high school sports like the Post. Now you can receive the Murfreesboro Post delivered by mail each week to your home for only $20 a year. Sign up at murfreesboropost.com and click subscribe, and we will get your delivery of the Murfreesboro Post started. That's murfreesboropost.com for delivery of the Murfreesboro Post.
Any way you slice it, your game day won't be complete without soft, delicious bunny bread and bunny buns, an official corporate partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Whether you're watching with friends, cheering in the stands, or tuning in at home, count on Bunny to help block your hunger and give you energy. So pick up some bunny buns and bunny bread today. It's sure to be a slam dunk.
That's what I said. Bunny bread.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams
Zach,
and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed,
I was just about to say, has anything changed in the last 15 seconds?
Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into Rick Insell Live for this Monday night. We're at the Boulevard.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into Rick Insell Live for this Monday night. We're at the Boulevard Bar and Grill here in Murfreesboro, and a nice crowd on hand for our final show of the season. Blue Raider fans, get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town for your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs. Lee Company is the team to call, 615-867-1000 or leecompany.com. And Coach, after that Marshall game, didn't take us long to get back on the bus and head for Bowling Green. And as we mentioned, got there in the wee hours of the morning, had a practice Friday, getting ready for the Hilltoppers, and then had an early shoot around on game day on Saturday. And then it was time to tip it up.
Well, we had not been taking our shoot arounds, and we didn't take a shoot around at FIU and we got beat. And we didn't take a shoot around at Utep and got beat. So Matt reminded me of that. So our shoot around time was 7 o'clock, so we took it. And then we came back and had a good breakfast. And then we left at 12 o'clock to go to the game. So, I felt like we were prepared, and I don't know that we have ever played a better first half. We shared the ball, we knocked down shots. We just didn't play good defense, and that's uncharacteristic of us, because we're usually a better defensive basketball team than we were Saturday.
It was one of those games that when it started, it was bam, bam. There was not a lot of half court offense going on. It was across the line, put it up, and most of them were going in, especially for us early in the ball game. 32-19 after the first quarter, and 50-36 at halftime. And going in at halftime, you had to feel good, but you knew they were going to make a run.
Well, I did, but we came back out and we settled for too many jump shots. We need to shoot the three. We need to lay it against the glass. We settled for too many jump shots, and it got us in a bind. It gave them a little momentum, took a little momentum away from us. They hit a shot or two. Next thing you know, they're on a roll. I don't know that I've ever lost a game in my 46, 47 years of coaching where I had a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter. I don't think that's ever happened, but it's just one of those things that they made the plays and we didn't make the plays. They played harder than we played, and they deserve the win.
At one point in the fourth quarter, they hit 10 consecutive baskets, and I think 2 or 3 of them were three-pointers.
Well,
and that's why they were able to come back.
The one young lady hit 5 3-pointers. She hadn't hit but 4 in her whole life, but she hit 5 that game.
That left-handed post player, I know who you're talking about. So it really, the game went into overtime, and they scored first, and they kept the lead. Now, you've been in a lot of overtime games. It's always good to score first in overtime, isn't it?
Well, I guess everybody wants to score first, but I think more than anything, you've got to be able to execute what you do, and we didn't do it. We didn't execute. We was. I think Tom Hodges went back and looked at the film, him and Matt, and Sunday I was sitting with Matt, and they were talking, and I think we missed somewhere around 10, maybe 12 layups in the fourth quarter. And that wasn't one person. That was the 5 or 6 that we played together, and you can't miss layups. And we didn't get fouled. We didn't get to the foul line. That's the difference in the ball game.
Exactly, and it kind of overshadowed a great shooting performance by Gregory, who had a career-high 30 points in the ball game, and Jalen was I think she hit her first 5 threes.
Well, she's that type of player. I think Jalen Gregory is a if I had to describe her, she's a typical Lady Raider. She's a winner, and she's like Alexis Whittington sitting back there, and Courtney Woodson. She's gonna be great, and we gotta take the bridle off of her a little bit. Now she's a freshman, but she's gone through a season now playing Division I basketball. So we gotta let her do just a little bit more, and we'll see how that works out.
Yeah. And another great effort from Courtney, who fouled out unfortunately before the game was over, but she had 22 points, 11 rebounds in the time she was in there.
Well, Courtney, like we've already said, Courtney's going to give you everything she's got. And, the one thing that, after the game, she had her family there, her brother there, her mom, dad there, her little baby sister was there, and some friends. When she come out of the dressing room, she went to the bus. Now, some people would probably frown on that. I didn't frown on it. I kind of liked it. Even though she didn't talk to her parents, I think they drove on into Murfreesboro and they went out to eat. But Courtney was hacked off about losing the ball game.
Yes, as a lot of us were. Dorsar came back with a good shooting game. She hadn't been shooting that well the last 2 or 3 games, but she was on fire from the very beginning.
Well, Doors, she's a great shooter, and we're going to have her down the stretch shoot good. If we're going to accomplish what we want to accomplish this year, she's going to have to shoot the basketball good.
Final score was 97-93 in overtime, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of that double overtime shootout we had with them here a couple of 3 years ago, except the result was a little bit better at that time.
Yeah, we won that game, didn't we?
Your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment, and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
What do you think of when you hear community, integrity, commitment, tradition, and partners? The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. Care is serving our patients, standing with them in times of need, and showing compassion when they're at their most vulnerable. Care is listening and delivering personalized plans from a team of specialists, providing leading-edge treatments at every step. At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. It's our calling. Make your next appointment at getsthealthcare.com.
Whether you go online or go in person, City Auto in Murfreesboro is where you go to see a gazillion cars and choose the one that's right for you. And there's no better time to go than now because we have a bigger, brand new facility. It's the easy, comfortable, convenient way to find what you're looking for. Remember, cityauto.com is where you go to find your car online. And the all-new City Auto campus in Murfreesboro is where you go to see it in person. Go now, and we'll see you there.
Welcome back to Smooth 92.2. I'm Dr. Love, and I want to hear the secret to your romantic success. We've got Brian on the line. Bright guy, what'd you do?
Well, I wanted to spice things up, so I surprised my wife with instant games from the Tennessee Lottery.
Oh, and did those work, Brian?
You know they did, Dr. Love.
It doesn't take a relationship expert to know you can't go wrong with February instant games. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Out here, we charge into the heartland with Mountain Dew. Out here, there's no rush hour, just the rush of flying wide open on glassy water at 5 a.m. with your first Dew in hand. And there's no spin class, just bright green spinnerbait that ironically matches your second Dew. Out here, we don't just play big buck hunt, we hunt actual big bucks. And out here, the best road is off-road, and the color of your truck is mud. Out here, it's Dew.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Welcome back into Rick Insell.
Here, it's Dew.
You're listening to MTSU Sports on WGNS.
Welcome back into Rick Insell Live, coming to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill here in Murfreesboro. Glad to have you with us on this Monday night at Tri-Green Equipment. They know the value of teamwork. They have the tractor packages with implements you need. Score a new John Deere tractor package at a comfortable, low monthly payment and get back to what really matters, Lady Raider basketball. Get started online at trigreen.com. Tri-Green is a proud partner of MTSU Athletics. Glad to have them along as a sponsor. And Coach, going into this week, it's funny how the schedule works out. And it not only in this particular season, but in a lot of sports, it seems that the contending teams are all seeing each other in the final week of the season, and that's true here. Charlotte's going to be in here on Wednesday night, and Old Dominion is playing at home against Louisiana Tech, and they're leading the Western Division, so that game means a lot to both teams. Marshall and Western Kentucky are going to play at Bowling Green, and they're travel partners, and both trying to get a good spot in the tournament. And then on Saturday, Charlotte will host Southern Miss, and they're in contention in the West, while ODU will be here, and we're battling Charlotte and ODU. So it's really funny how that schedule works out.
Well, probably the guy that makes the schedule out, I think, is from Atlanta. I'm not for sure. Diane and Chris would know that. But it's probably a lucky guess on their part that it ended up happening like this.
Right.
Again, we go back, and I was talking to some of our supporters this afternoon. You know, we should have beat the FIU there, you know, and then UTEP, we should have beat them there. That's 2 one-point games. We should have won. We're better than what we just didn't play well, and we got ourselves in this hole. Now we got to live with it.
Boy, and I was thinking about that today, going back and looking at the 5 losses, 2 of them in overtime, each by 4 points, 2 by 1 point, and 1 by 2 points, and that's playing it about as close as to the best as you can.
One of them in overtime was where the shot was good, a 3-point shot was good, and we'd have that one. That was a Marquette game.
Didn't have a monitor, right?
Right, and then the Troy game, we had it won, and she didn't tip it. She hit it like you're hitting a boxing, you know, and it hit it, and it went up and went straight in. I'm thinking, God, you know, and it was about a 12-foot shot where she fisted it up there. So,
right.
But Troy's going to win their conference. Mercer's going to win their conference. Southern Illinois is going to win their conference. Tennessee Tech's got a chance to win their conference. VCU's got a chance to win their conference. And I think there might be one more. And we had to play all of them non-conference. And so that our net ranking has been in the 40s to the 50s, and now I think this morning it might have been in the lower 60s.
Yeah, and that is designed with a purpose to get your team tournament ready at the end of the season.
We we played well. I can't complain about my young ladies. They played well. We've had I told Chris early in the year that we were going to win some we probably shouldn't win, and we're going to lose some we probably shouldn't lose. So I think Saturday was one of those days that we probably shouldn't have. We lost that game. We probably should have won it.
Yep. Well, another 20-win season in the books, and I think out of your 17 years, we've had 15 maybe, and not counting that COVID-shortened year, we would have won 20 last year had we been able to play all of our games. So that's still a remarkable accomplishment.
One of the things that Dr. McPhee and Chris, they hire us coaches in to win games. So we just doing our job.
Bottom line.
You got Coach Nick back there, Coach Stock back there. We're hired in to win games. And, you don't win games, then you don't last long in this business.
That's for true. Charlotte leading the division at 14-2, and we're tied with Old Dominion at 12-4. So we mentioned the fact that all these games, all these teams have tough opponents. It's really going to play out, and I don't know how it's going to play out. I know you project ahead and trying to see who plays where, but in the tournament, we're playing for a seed, aren't we?
We still are. We could go anywhere from first to third. I think that's as low down as we can get, but we'll go anywhere from first to third, I believe. I'm correct on that. Matt kind of hangs on to that, and Tom Hodges kind of helps him on that. Tom's here tonight. But, I think that's where we're at. First, we can go anywhere from first to third still.
Okay. All right, Coach has got to get on the trail. He's going to look at some prospective players. We'll be back with more Rick Insell Live on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.
We provide 24/7 assistance.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 44 years straight. Built for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future.
I heard something come in there right at the end.
They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of
I think that stream's getting louder again.
We all win big when we work as a team.
See if you can do something.
Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Let's go out west, camp at the base of a mountain, get some fresh air.
Yes, let's go camping with air conditioning.
We can be hundreds of miles away from the closest person. Really live off the grid.
Love the off-the-grid part, but with Wi-Fi.
Whether you're the serious camper or occasional glamper, Ascend offers low rates and flexible terms on RV loans. You can apply online at ascend.org or any of our branch locations. RV loans from Ascend Federal Credit Union.
Blue Raider fans, Lightning's Locker Room, powered by Textbook Brokers, is the place to get your Blue Raider gear. Open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. Lightning's Locker Room is just across the street from Floyd Stadium at 1321 Greenland Drive. It has all the MT polos, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and all the other game day gear you'll ever need. See the selection online at mtsugear.com or in Murphy Center on game days. Lightning's Locker Room, the official game day provider, powered by Textbook Brokers. Woo!
got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com. It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
The Blue Raiders play here.
And online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
The Blue Raiders play here. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back in to Rick Insell Live from the Boulevard Bar and Grill here in Murfreesboro. Time now for the player guest portion of the show. And glad to be joined tonight by Alexis Whittington, the 5'11" senior from here in Murfreesboro. Thanks for being here tonight, Alex.
Thanks, Tony.
Well, and we're on WGNS, as they were just saying as we came back. You know how many nights you've starred on WGNS when you were at Riverdale and now Middle, 8 straight years of your games being broadcasted on that station. You're quite a celebrity as it is, huh?
Yeah, it's been a lot. Didn't realize it.
Quite a lot of wins, too.
Yes,
so
a lot.
I think that part of that winning tradition is you're synonymous with it because you're such a good player, and I think that rubs off, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it has a little bit to do with it.
Well, I was going to save this till the end, but I think, let's just get to it right from the beginning. Of course, we introduce you as one of our seniors, Alexis Whittington, in her 4th year. And, of course, Saturday is senior day. But, one thing that I know our fans are curious about, that with COVID a couple years ago, all players get an extra year. So if you chose to come back for another year, that opportunity is there. Have you made a decision regarding your future and whether or not you'll be back next year?
Oh yeah, this decision was a no-brainer for me, and I decided to come back for my extra year.
How about that? So you heard it here first. Alexis Whittington will not be taking part as a player in Senior Day this week, but you will be taking part in Senior Day, walking out with your sister Amanda, along with your parents and brother Peyton. Talk about that moment. We all thought you and Amanda would be going through senior night together, but as it turns out, you'll be back and she'll be going through Senior Day, and y'all be able to share that moment. I know that's a special time for you.
Oh yeah, and I just want to give Amanda all that moment because she deserves it. She's been here 4 years, and she just has something else she wants to do with her future. And it was kind of a hard decision for her because we've done stuff together our whole life, but I know what she's doing is best for her, and then what I'm doing is best for me, and we respect it. She's still going to be here. We're still going to see each other. It's just going to be different because it won't be in basketball.
I know you personally, both of you, cherish the opportunities you've had, not really just the last 8 years, but back to when you started playing basketball. But knowing what you know now, that you'll be back next year and this will be it for her, I'm assuming that you'll really cherish these last 2 home games and then whatever is to come in the postseason, knowing that kind of this is the finality of the playing career of you girls together.
Oh, absolutely. I think every day we don't really take it for granted. We know that it's coming to an end, being seniors this year, and just knowing she's not coming back. I think every time we go out there, we always talk about well, what are you going to do this year? Because she is my hype man out there, on the road, and I definitely ain't going to miss it. But we're cherishing every moment so far.
Well, as far as your decision to come back next year, can you talk a little bit about what went into that, and what made you want to take that extra year that the NCAA has granted?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think the first thing was like this team. Like, I don't think, like, out of my 4 years I've been here, like, this is probably one of my favorite teams that I've, like, played on. And, like, I just, like, love this team, love the group. Like, we're so young. We're have all of us coming back except Amanda and Dor. And I just want to be part of, like, I know they're going to do something special next year, and I just want to be a part of that. And also, like, the fans and, like, the support, it's crazy. So, like, that's definitely, like, my main reasons why I want to. And, like, the coaches, like, they're amazing. Like, I don't think I could ask for, like, anything better, like, from the fans, the support, and then the coaches, like everybody behind you. And I don't think I could, like, ask for anything better. So I'm like, might as well make it last as long as I can.
Exactly, and I agree with you. I think that there's special things still on the horizon for this year, but the future is unreal with everybody that is coming back. So many freshmen playing this year and getting the experience they have, plus an outstanding recruiting class. But no doubt, those special things will certainly include you. As obvious, you're in your third year as a full-time starter, and that's not hard. That's not easy to do either, is it?
No, it's been hard at times, but I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Well, let's talk about, as far as this year, ladies and gentlemen, Alexis Whittington among national leaders and Conference USA leaders for minutes per game, steals,
and grab a bite.
Game in, game out. You always draw the assignment of guarding the other team's best offensive player. And in every instance but one this year, you have held those players below their scoring average. Talk a little bit about that and your mindset and what you enjoy so much about those defensive assignments.
Well, defense for me is just, I just love that part of the game, and I feel like sometimes it doesn't get like the attention it deserves sometimes, and I feel like that's the part of the game that you can always control. And like for me, like going into every game, like, okay, like my team needs this for me. Like doesn't matter how I'm shooting that night or like anything else. Like I know for a fact that if I just come out and play like defense as hard as I can and like hold their leading scorers, then we have a good chance of like winning the game. So for me, it's just like the mindset of going in and be like, she's not going to like play like better than any of us. It's just that's the mindset that I come in with.
Well, it certainly paid off, and going into this weekend, Alexis has played in 111 career games, started 55. In fact, this Wednesday night will be her 50th consecutive start. So, a lot of accolades and a lot of success, but what have you enjoyed most about your Lady Raider career to this point?
Just playing with all different types of people, like off the court, on the court, like just like having friendships and relationships that I know that's going to last like so much longer than having like coaches that I know I can talk to like years after and, and still come back here and like have like people that support us like every day, like coming back here. Oh, like I remember you from like this. Like people don't forget. Like it's like a huge family, and I think that's the most important thing that I'm going to take from it is like the relationships that I've built.
Well, and speaking of relationships, you talked about the fans and what they mean to you and this exceptional fan base that we have. But for you, it's kind of been unique that for 8 years you have played in front of your hometown fans. What has that been like, and how much do the fans mean to you as far as your playing and what it means to run up that ramp and see them? I'm sure there are faces that you see at Murphy Center that you also saw at Riverdale.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing to me. Like, we could, like, me and my sister would be out, like, at the store or something and get stopped, like, sometimes and just, like, talk about, like, the game and talk about, like, this team. And and we, like, talk about it, like, afterwards. And I'm like, this is something special. Like, not every, like, team has stuff like this. And, like, that's one of the main reasons I came here. And that's one of the main reasons, like, I want to stay next year. And I just want to be, like, around Murfreesboro, like, this program, like, just longer just because of the support that we always have.
Well, and also Alexis is such a well-rounded player. Talk about her career. Going into this weekend, closing in on 700 career points, more than 450 career rebounds, 120 steals, 130 assists, and closing in on 130 three-pointers. And we've already discussed the impact of your defensive play as well. So you're able to impact the game in so many ways. What has enabled you to do that? Talk about your preparation and really being able to help the team in all of these areas, whether you're scoring or whatever it may be.
Well, for me, I love watching the game, and like any game that I can like watch, like I absolutely love it. And like for me, like I don't get tired, like bored of like scout, like watching film and stuff like that. And like any other team that's like playing, I'm like, well, should I watch? Like, am I really gonna be worried about them? Not really. It's just like I just like watching the game so much. And like for me, it's not really preparation. It's just like seeing the game and like interpreting it, like how like I know and stuff like that. So.
Well, and I thought it was interesting in a feature story regarding our defense a couple of weeks ago by our outstanding staff writer, Sam Doughton. He interviewed you specifically, and you talked about how you get the film and you really break down who you're going to be guarding. Oh, yeah. So you watch their tendencies and what they do. Talk a little bit about that, because a lot of the players that you guard, and there are some exceptional players in Conference USA, but they're all different. I mean, guarding a Jet Wilson at Charlotte is a lot different than maybe Aja Wayne at Old Dominion. So there's a lot that goes into that, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Like our coaches do a great job, like breaking down like film and like scout and everything, I think, and they give us like the best time. They break it down offense, defense, like player tendencies, like all the stuff like that, and it just makes it easy to go back and watch and like pick out, okay, she likes to do this at this time, or like they're gonna go to her on this, or set stagger strings or whatever, and it makes it easy in the game because I already know what's coming. So like I gotta definitely give it to our coaches for like just making us like prepared and making it easy on us.
Yeah, because it seems in many instances, you're there before they are. And I know, like, say, Thursday night in the Marshall game, Savannah Wheeler is the leading scorer in the conference at 20 points per game. She ended up with 20 in that game, 9 of which were at the free throw line. In the first half, I think she only had, or the second half when the game was on the line, only 1 field goal. But I thought it was a great compliment to you that after the game, she was talking about what a tough 20 points those were. So I thought that really spoke to you. But is that the part of the game that you take the most pride in?
Oh, absolutely. Like, she's a great player, and I knew coming into the game it was going to be hard. She's always active, always moving, and it just shows you what type of player she is, to, like, recognize it. And, like, we already knew she was a great player coming in, and, like, just doing that, it's like I take so much pride in it, so it's, like, feels good when, somebody else, like, sees it.
Well, and you are 15th in the nation for minutes played, and there's many games that you go all 40. I know Saturday in a 45-minute overtime game, you played 44 minutes and 40 seconds. Earlier in the year against Marquette, you played all 45 minutes of a overtime game. That's tough to do. But then on top of that, I know, defensively, the energy that you exert is unbelievable. So talk about how you're able to do that and play the full 40 minutes on both ends of the floor doing what you do.
Well, I can't say all defenses like complete me. Like the team helps a lot. Like help side. If like girl gets past me, like Anastasia now, she's doing so good. And Ksenia, like Courtney, like they do so good at like helping, out with it. And like even our other guards, like I think the thing is that they buy into all of it. Like we all buy into it, and it just makes it a lot easier for like me not just me, but like all of us have to guard for 40 minutes. Like we can rely on each other to guard for like the whole 40.
Right. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's this week's player guest and senior Alexis Whittington. But fortunately for the Lady Raiders, not the last time we'll see Alex. She'll be on the court twice this week, the conference tournament, and then again back in here on WGNS from Learfield. It was in the background until he did whatever he did, but it was fine. Yeah. What are we going to talk about?
How about the tournament?
Oh,
travel and seatings and all that stuff. You can probably.
The flagship station for Blue Raider sports, WGNS.
And welcome back in for the final time to Rick Insell Live, coming to you from the Boulevard.
The flagship station for Blue Raider sports, WGNS.
And welcome back in for the final time to Rick Insell Live, coming to you from the Boulevard Bar and Grill in Murfreesboro. Dick Palmer, Tony Stinnett will close out this portion of our coaches shows for you. It's great to have Alexis up here. We've certainly enjoyed watching her play for the last 4 years, and looking forward to watching her play again.
Absolutely, and I know it'll be a treat for the fans. Just the experience she brings to the court, and what a team player. I think Alexis is a perfect example of team before self.
No doubt about that. Now, tournament coming up next week. It'll be at the Star in Frisco, Texas, as it has been the last several years. What are the plans for the Raiders going out there? I don't know if it's been finalized for sure yet, because we don't know when we're going to play, but it'll likely be playing either Wednesday or Thursday.
Well, definitely be one of those days, but I feel confident that I could say we're going to be playing Thursday afternoon, because we're going to win 2 home games, and we're going to get that first-round bye, which is all we have to do, win 2 games at home, and we're assured a bye. But nonetheless, the Lady Raiders will be leaving on Monday morning and get to Frisco Monday afternoon. Plan on practicing there Tuesday and Wednesday before hitting the court on Thursday. I believe our time slot would be Thursday afternoon around 2 o'clock. In the event that we did not get the number 2 seed, then the ladies would play Wednesday afternoon would be the first game. Of course, in Rick Insell's 16 previous years as head coach, Middle Tennessee has never played a first-round game in the conference tournament, and I believe that streak will hold true this year as well.
Okay, is it going to be East against West in the tournament, or is that because the tournament is in 2 divisions now?
Right, it'll be East versus West, and this we do know, the number 1 overall seed in the tournament will come from the East Division. Whoever wins the division, whether that be Charlotte, Middle Tennessee, or Old Dominion, that team will be the number 1 overall seed based on conference record. And then from there, it goes back and forth where the East and the West are matched up against one another. There is the potential that by the time you get to the semifinals, you could have 4 teams from one division playing one another. But, of course, Middle Tennessee still in position to win the East. They have to have a little bit of help. 2 wins here at home this week, and then a Charlotte loss at home against Southern Miss, and Middle Tennessee would be the number 1 seed. But 2 home wins regardless of what else happens, and they're guaranteed the number 2 seed.
Okay, I think it's about time to get out of here. I'd like to thank you for all your hard work this season on putting everything together. I just sit up here and read what's handed me, and most of it is your work.
Credit Union of Blue Raider Athletics. Our coverage is also brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. And by Lewis Bakeries, bakers of Bunny, Sunbeam, and Healthy Life Breads. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Blue Raider Network.
This is Dick Palmer, voice of Blue Raider Baseball. We're excited to be on News Radio WGNS. Follow each pitch of the season on FM 100.5, 101.9, AM 1450, the flagship station for the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. Deep right field. Nobody's going to get that one. That one is out of the ballpark. And the Raiders continue to pile on the run. Exclusive home for Blue Raider baseball, News Radio, WGNS.
Royal Feast. Create your own.
At Holden Hardware, we carry one of the area's best selection of sleds.
Holden Hardware has just received a new shipment of sleds.
We carry the round disc to the 48 and 66-inch plastic toboggan. We also have a few different ones in between. We may even have...
Check 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2.
Wanting to buy a sled, don't drive all over town.
New shipment of sleds has arrived at Holden Hardware.
But don't wait too long. Get your sled at Holden Hardware on the square.
The flagship station for Blue Raider sports. News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. The Blue Raiders play here.
That's 615-225-9100.
I'm State Farm Agent David Wilson.
On the
and
Blue Raider Network,
basketball.
From Learfield, welcome to Nick McDevitt Live, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric, your locally owned electric cooperative and your trusted energy advisor. Our coverage is also brought to you by Ascend Federal Credit Union, the exclusive credit union of Blue Raider Athletics, and by Ascension St. Thomas, official hospital partner of MTSU. Be part of the show by emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Welcome back into the Boulevard.
By emailing your questions to radio@goblueraiders.com. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Blue Raiders, Chip Walters.
Welcome back into the Boulevard on this Monday night for the final time during this 22 basketball season as the Blue Raiders get set to face their final week of the regular season, heading out to Charlotte, North Carolina, and to Norfolk, Virginia, to take on Charlotte and Old Dominion. And proud to welcome up the head coach of the Eastern Division champions of Conference USA, Coach Nick McDevitt.
Thank you, sir. That's got a pretty good ring to it.
Got a good ring to it, exactly. Middle Tennessee wins at home over Western Kentucky over the weekend and clinches the Eastern Division championship. And as we get into this first segment, what was the first emotion that hit you Saturday night when you knew this one was in the bag and that there was going to be a piece of a championship to go with it?
I was just really happy for our players. I mean, particularly the veteran guys just kept believing in themselves and each other, and just never quit. And just guys like Don and Tyler and Dish. Dish has been through some hard seasons with our team, but also just some really tough injuries. And to see him out there, and when he had that two-handed dunk there with just a few minutes to go in the game, that got me choked up just a little bit to see somebody who's been through a lot
and a guy
to be out there in that moment.
Yeah, and cool. and he went for Dish went for nearly 1,000 days without playing with the transfer and then the first knee injury, then the second knee injury. Yeah. So he went nearly 1,000 days, and to see him, become a champion, it just means a lot because anybody and everybody in here has been around these guys and understand what a good group they are, and you're really proud of and even more proud for them because it does mean so much.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That was a fun night, and doing it by beating the boys in red.
Yep.
Got a little extra to it there.
A little extra shimmy shake on that. While I'm thinking about it, don't want to forget it. Sam Doughton is here. Sam, would you raise your hand, stand up a little bit? Sam is the staff writer for GoBlueRaiders.com, and if you are looking for great, there's been terrific coverage and great columns with opinions and notes and coverage of all sports. Sam is new this year and got his dose of Blue Raider 101. He was drinking out of a fire hose for a long time, but he's brought a great perspective to his stories that lately it's been almost every day on GoBlueRaiders.com, and it's good to kind of get those kind of stories out there.
Yeah, it's great. I enjoy reading them myself.
Yeah. And the reason I mention that is there's a terrific story today about just what we talked about, and with quotes from Dish about, he goes, I had faith. He goes, I knew it was going to get better, and here it has gotten better, and we've talked about this before. They had to trust you and your staff, and you and your staff trusted these guys to deliver that, and it's a two-way street.
It definitely is a two-way street. It takes a whole team effort, not just the coaches or the players, but it's the coaches, the players, the managers, the GAs, the administration around you, your strength coach, your trainer, your
academic folks.
Yeah, really, our fans. It's everybody. You can't really be dragging behind the competition and win a championship at this level. You just can't. It takes all hands on deck in order to beat out the other really good programs that are in this league.
Yep. The victory gives Middle Tennessee an overall record of 22-7 and a conference record of 12-3, and that does wrap up the Eastern Division title. You've got a 4-game lead with 2 to play. And what we do know for a fact is that you will be playing Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central Time. So that's one good thing about going into the tournament. It's rare that you would know 10 days in advance of exactly when you're going to play. So and you will play the winner of the 4th seed in the West or the 5th seed in the East, and we'll figure out who all those people. 4th in the West.
Right now, that would be the winner of Utep and Old Dominion.
Wow. So good chance that could be Utep or no, not necessarily.
Right.
Yeah, good chance. I was thinking La Tech, but it's Utep and Old Dominion. Utep leading scorer in the conference with Sule Boom, and Old Dominion, great defensive team with Jeff Jones with a big inside game. So if that happens, you take who you're going to get, but everybody that's going to come along in the bracket is going to offer something that makes them unique and makes them tough to deal with.
No doubt, they're all hard, and in this position, you obviously you're going to be playing somebody on our first night who it's their second night. They've been on the floor, they've kind of gotten those tournament jitters out, and so it's really about getting comfortable out there in the flow of tournament play because your opponent already is. Now, the idea is that they're a little bit more worn than you, a little bit more worn down from playing the night before, but you want to try to get used to the facility and the background, and it's just different, particularly there, playing at a football facility and playing basketball out in the middle of what is normally the football field.
Yeah, and because this is our last show, we will be talking a little bit more about the tournament, but we will certainly get to what's coming up this week and what happened in the week that just passed. But, there's always that argument, and not that you would ever give up the number 1 seed or the 2nd seed with that bye, but you're going to play a team that has some momentum, no matter who it is. And we see it in the NFL playoffs, we see it in college basketball, but you play 31 games throughout the season and 18 in your conference to earn that ability to put yourself in a position where it only takes 3 to win instead of 4 or 5 to win.
No doubt. Where it shows itself is, the next day and the next day and the next day, obviously, for that team. So you don't want to be in a spot where you've got to win 5 games in 5 days. But we'll face somebody good. All the teams in this league are good. So we'll face somebody that's a quality opponent. Got to be ready to go.
We've seen this league at times not take everybody. We've seen them take everybody to the tournament. Do you have a thought you'd rather see everybody go?
I think everybody should be able to play in their tournament. You're a part of the league. That's I don't see why you wouldn't have everybody there.
I mean, we've seen times when they didn't, but
yes, we have. And I don't see that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but that's just my opinion. I think if you're a basketball team, a part of a league, then you basketball team ought to play in the basketball tournament for that league. I just don't see any reason to leave them at home.
Yep, makes good sense to me. We're at the Boulevard tonight, just across from campus. The greatest sports bar and grill in Murfreesboro stopped by today. Our opening segment brought to you by the Murfreesboro Post, covering work from Learfield.
We believe fresh means holding our produce to a higher standard. That's why we do up to a 27-point inspection on our produce. Like for citrus, we check for things like scarring and sunburn. Yep, oranges can sunburn, and we'll make sure you never see it. In fact, we only allow the best oranges, lemons, and grapefruits to reach our shelves. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
There aren't any cops around. After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I drink and drive all the time.
If you put away some drinks, put away your keys. Fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
Whether you go online or go in person, City Auto in Murfreesboro is where you go to see a gazillion cars and choose the one that's right for you. And there's no better time to go than now, because we have a bigger, brand new facility. It's the easy, comfortable, convenient way to find what you're looking for. Remember, cityauto.com is where you go to find your car online. And the all-new City Auto campus in Murfreesboro is where you go to see it in person. Go now, and we'll see you there.
Let's go out west. Camp at the base of a mountain, get some fresh air.
Yes, let's go camping with air conditioning.
We can be hundreds of miles away from the closest person. Really live off the grid.
Love the off-the-grid part, but with Wi-Fi.
Whether you're the serious camper or occasional glamper, Ascend offers low rates and flexible terms on RV loans. You can apply online at ascend.org or any of our branch locations. RV loans from Ascend Federal Credit Union.
Luxuriously designed, exquisitely detailed, first in its class, corner to corner, a true work of art, capable of going from $0 to $300,000 in a few seconds flat. Are we talking about a sports car? Oh no, we're talking about Jumbo Bucks Premium Edition Instant Games from the Tennessee Lottery. So test drive the new gold standard and instant tickets today. The Tennessee Lottery, game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
You buy something because you found it at a low price, and soon you realize it's no bargain because you really needed something better. It happens all the time, especially with car insurance. But the good news is you can get the right coverage at the right price. Just talk to me, State Farm Agent Bud Morris. I'll help you get the right coverage at a price that's right for you. Call me at 893-1417 today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into...
I'm Bud Morris, providing insurance and financial services.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard here on the right across from the MTSU campus. Blue Raider fans, get ahead of the game with the best home services team in town for your heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, and home improvement needs. Lee Company is the team to call, 615-867-1000 or online at leecompany.com. And Coach, the Marshall and Western Kentucky games, and we'll kind of zero in on Marshall here in the early going, but those were your third and fourth games in an 8-day period. And as I mentioned on the post-game show Saturday night, talking to you in your office before the game, and this was before we knew that Western was going to be 2 guys short, I asked you if you were concerned about fatigue, and not that you were concerned about conditioning, but 4 games in 8 days is an awful lot with practices every day in between.
It is an awful lot, and we were just really trying to manage their workload in practices. as it relates to our opponent, the Marshall game wasn't so much a concern as it related to Marshall because they too were in that same boat.
Well, so explain to folks about the UTEP and the Marshall games because they both fell in exactly the same boat.
Yeah, well, we missed the UTSA and UTEP games earlier in the year due to COVID, but at the same time, Marshall and Western missed their swing with Southern Miss due to COVID. So they also had makeup games at the same time that we did. So as it related to Marshall, we had a quick turnaround, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Thursday. But they had the same thing. And so, we were tired, but we were telling our guys they're going to be tired too. So as long as it's pretty even, then you just got to be the tougher team. Now, it was a different story 2 days later. We're playing Western, and it's our third game in, 5 days?
Yeah.
Monday, 6 days, whatever, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and they had an off week. They played one game the whole week, and it was us. Mm-hmm. And we had 3. And so at that point, you're thinking, man, these guys, I hope they got enough in the tank because Western should be pretty fresh, having had an off week.
Yep. Now, going into the Marshall game, that is a team that you guys trailed for 37 minutes up in Huntington and found a way in the final minute to hold them scoreless and scored, 6 points in 52 seconds, basically, to go from 4 down to 2 up to win it. And it was just a struggle with them. And the thing that struck me about their team this year is that while everybody, when they think Marshall, they think John Elmore and Jared West and lots of offense, they're a really good defensive team, and they guarded middle very, very well.
And they're big, they're long. They start a 6'5" elite athlete at the 2, and Mikal Byers, who's 6'10" at the 3, and so they just cover a lot of ground out there. You have to get out and transition against them. From baseline to baseline, at times they can struggle to get matched up with you. But, man, in the half court, when they sit down and guard, there aren't many easy lanes to make passes and drive it because they just take up so much floor space with the length that they have.
Well, and the thing that they kind of, I guess, burned middle on more than anything were maybe 3 or 4 plays where your get back was not as good as it needed to be, and really before you could turn your head, they were dunking it on the other end.
No, they're going to get out and play. I mean, Coach D'Antoni isn't going to walk the ball up the floor. They're going to get out and go. And so you better be ready to get up and down the floor when you play Marshall.
With what people saw on Thursday night with them, how much NBA concepts does he bring to the college game as opposed to a more traditional college offense?
I think it's a good question. It is definitely more geared towards a flow as
it's
opposed
more of a
to
European style.
Yeah,
to some degree.
And they involve you in a lot of ball screens, and they've got guys that if you watch, if you mess up in ball screen coverage, they have guys where they're throwing lobs all the time, and that's really what they do. They involve you in tons of ball screens. They play up tempo, and they're not a set team. They're not going to come down and you look at their playbook, I'm sure they don't have 50 sets. There's some teams in our league and around the country that, they're looking over the sideline, coach is calling the play, and they're going to go run play 47. That isn't the way they do it. They're going to get up and down the floor, and they have a system that they run, and it's fast-paced. And, as soon as you make a mistake, they got guys that play above the rim and get the easies that way.
And you wonder, why are they 4-12 right now when you look at Andrew Taylor, who had a big night against Middle with 24. Anna Chili Killen is as good as anybody in the
really good shot blocker.
Good shot blocker. And as you mentioned, Tavion Kinsey is a guy who is going to go in the second round of the NBA draft, possibly.
Most likely. You look at a lot of different things, and most of them have him being selected early to mid-second round in this summer's NBA draft. And, he's an elite athlete. For those that watch the game, he's the young man that looked like he could have dunked it with his elbows in the with the final 30 seconds.
And he had a nasty one there in the final minute. Yeah,
man, he is a special athlete.
And you knew him from you were recruiting him way back.
We were recruiting him actually when
you were at Asheville.
When I was at UNC Asheville. Yeah, we sure were.
It's crazy how paths end up crossing along the way, but Middle Tennessee wins it by a score of 74-65. And for the Blue Raiders, Middle had 3 players in double figures. Eli Lawrence, 18 points. He has been the Energizer Bunny for the Blue Raiders for sure. Donovan Sims that night, 13 points. Josh Jefferson. Josh was not at his best, but came in and you ran a set for him with a minute to play. You call the timeout. Josh was 0 from 3, but still you drew it up for him to take the shot when the game was tied and did it, and that is a classic dance with who brung you.
That's right. That's who he's been for us all year long, and he's been a clutch shot maker, and he hadn't made one in that game, but we drew it up for him. We needed a quick one, and he buried that thing and put us up, I believe it's 64-61.
Yep, that's exactly right.
And, we're able to hold on to that one too.
Yep, you were. Blue Raiders had 11 assists that night on 19 baskets, which is a good percentage, but not nearly.
Get your ice cold Bud Light, Seltzer here. Even though you can't go to the game, doesn't mean the game can't be brought to you now here. Just go to budlight.com/delivery. That's budlight.com/delivery. Coming at you. It's a little short. Sorry. You know what? I'm just going to walk them over to you.
Whenever there's a game to watch, there's a Bud Light there. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer and Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Ticket Smarter is glad we are back to holding live events. If you are looking to buy tickets to the best sports, concerts, and theater events all at the very best price, look no further than Ticketsmarter.com or on the app. Buying tickets at TicketSmarter will help support children in need. For every ticket transaction on
Hey, folks, make sure if you want to get questions in, they've got cards and be your last chance this season, so get them in.
Smarter way, buy tickets.
1-888-MY-ROSCO.
Hey, Blue Raiders fans, the Mid Gaming Hall at Kentucky Downs is a proud partner of your Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. For good times and big wins, the Raiders and the Mid Gaming Hall deliver both. Located close by in Franklin, Kentucky, the Mid Gaming Hall is your spot for great food, cold drinks, and big jackpots. Win yourself a BMW 228i this winter in the Drive to Win promotion. Earn entries daily and qualify on Fridays. Check out the midgaming.com for all the details. Get your big hit today.
The Murfreesboro Post is Rutherford County's sports leader. No one covers high school sports like the Post. Now you can receive the Murfreesboro Post delivered by mail each week to your home for only $20 a year. Sign up at murfreesboropost.com and click subscribe, and we will get your delivery of the Murfreesboro Post started. That's murfreesboropost.com for delivery of the Murfreesboro Post.
Las Casas Drugs is a proud sponsor of Blue Raider Athletics, located at 4702 Las Casas Pike, just minutes from Murfreesboro. Las Casas Drugs strives to provide all of your pharmaceutical needs in that hometown atmosphere you deserve. Family-owned and operated, Las Casas Drugs offers free delivery, immunizations, drive-through window, gift shop, merchandise, and medication management programs. Come by and see how we can make a difference. And go Blue Raiders.
Roscoe Brown is proud to be a longtime supporter of MTSU Athletics and your locally owned HVAC and plumbing company. For 81 years, Roscoe Brown has been the trusted name in heating, cooling, and plumbing for Middle Tennessee homeowners and businesses. Call 1-888-MY-ROSCOE to schedule your HVAC or plumbing service today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Roscoe Brown. People you know, a name you trust. Go Blue Raiders!
Roscoe Brown.
RoscoeBrown.com.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight as Middleton.com.
The Blue Raiders on News Radio WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight as Middle Tennessee gets set to hit the road tomorrow, actually, traveling to Charlotte, and we'll take on the 49ers on Wednesday night this week, and then we'll move on to Norfolk for a game at Old Dominion to wrap up the regular season. Tonight's show brought to you in part by Tri-Green Equipment. They know the value of teamwork. They have the tractor packages with implements you need. Score a new John Deere tractor package at a comfortable low monthly payment and get back to what really matters. MTSU basketball. Get started online at trygreen.com. Tri-Green Equipment, a proud partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Well, going into the Western Kentucky game, a lot on the line. Everybody knew what was there. Chance to wrap up the Eastern Division Championship. You had Western Kentucky coming in, biggest rival on the schedule. You're going to have the biggest crowd of the season. Tickets are flying off the shelf, which is a lot of fun. The first students got in the arena at 4:35, and we'll talk to one of them here in just a few minutes. But there was a lot on your guys that night, and then we find out Western is going to be without two starters. And Hamilton was out with a knee injury, and Frampton had mono. And so when did you all figure you start checking them off when they come off the bus, kind of?
Well, we knew Hamilton most likely would not play. He got injured the week before on Saturday, and so we knew he wasn't going to play. We didn't prepare as if he was for sure not, but you got to prepare for him just in case. But all signs were pointing that he was not going to play, and he is a talented player. I mean, he's kind of a bullish forward. Frampton, we didn't know about until we're looking out there, and I haven't seen
him
yet.
Yeah.
The guy that actually came in though is and started and played a lot.
Brashear.
Yes, he could play.
Yeah,
I mean,
he can.
We knew about him because we too were watching him when he was in junior college, so we knew all about him, and he's obviously more than capable of going out there and playing well, and did really what Frampton does. He's a really good shooter. That's what Frampton is. So I didn't think that was such a drop off for them. Obviously, not having Hamilton out there, affects their post play depth.
And obviously, when you get to prepare for them, the elephant in the room is the 7'5" Jamarian Sharp, and how you prepare for that, and to get your guys to not alter shots and to go up strong, things like that. It's real easy to get out of that and get away from your preparation.
No doubt, he affects the game big time.
And he is a legit 7'5".
Oh, they don't list him at 7'5" and him 7'2".
Yeah,
he is a legit 7'5", and at times he's off of you 6'7", sometimes even 10 feet. And when his arms are down, you think you can get one over him, and then all of a sudden you make that move, and then he goes up, and he got real big real
bigger.
Fast. And what used to be open is no longer. And, he just makes you alter shots. But what they do is hope that you see that size, you're afraid of it, you no longer go inside, and now you just become a jump shooting team and stay on the perimeter the whole night. And when you have an off night, you have no chance to beat him. And so you still have got to engage him and still get some twos, some easies around the basket. And I thought our guys, once they kind of figured out how big he is, and when he's this far away from the basket, I can still finish one. When he's that close to the basket, I probably ought to kick it out. Once we got a better feel for just what he was doing and how good of a shot blocker he is, I thought our whole team just got more comfortable.
And Dish got creative with some stuff.
Have to. You have to use that rim, because you're not just going to jump up over him. He's not a plotter. I mean, I think anybody that watches how that young man moves, that it's impressive to see his mobility and his agility for somebody that's 7'5". He's got a real chance to play at the next level because of that length. baseline to baseline, he moves as good as anybody that I've ever seen at that size.
Yep.
Most of those guys, you can tell they're by far the last one down the floor, and then the action goes the other way, and they're the last one down the floor. He can move.
Well, and the thing is that, yeah, they were down a couple of guys, but they have very, very good players. And we have been around here long enough to know that Western is always going to have good players. As it got into the game and the way that it kind of opened up, it was kind of, I don't know it wasn't sloppy, but it was
both teams were scoring that thing early.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of back and forth there for a long while.
Yeah, and then you got a 9-point lead at halftime, and I think that kind of gave your guys a little bit of breathing room there.
I think so. Anytime you're up 9-10 points at halftime, you'll take that every time. I think it was it 39-30?
39-30.
39-30 at the half. I just thought we played a pretty good half and knew that if we could just do it again, that we'd be in great shape.
Yep, you outscored them 39-30 and then outscored them by 8 in the second half. And at the under 4 media timeout, it was 11, and you hit some free throws and made a couple of nice baskets in that final 4 minutes to kind of push the lead out and kind of make that final minute a little more comfortable.
Yeah, I like those final minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that final minute was good. It really was, though, to everybody that was there got to not just enjoy it when the buzzer went off, but you kind of knew there with about 30, 45 seconds, a minute to go that it's going to happen.
And you see people starting to rise up, and you could see the students kind of gathering at the stairs, and I did not expect that, but
I didn't either.
But it was very well done, and your guys seemed to absolutely love it.
They loved it, and that was one of the things that I was coming over to see you.
Yeah.
And then I turned around and everybody's on the floor. So I don't know if I messed you and Kyle up the other night, but I decided just to turn around and watch it.
No, exactly, and that was absolutely fine, and part of what Sam's article talked a little bit about is that after the first 3 years, and then to see it come to a conclusion at home like that, still more to play, but that you took a step back and it seemed to kind of let it flow over you a little bit.
Well, yeah, I wanted to really watch the look on guys' faces and the joy that they were having, being out there with people from all over the community, their classmates, and just everybody on them, loving on them, hugging them, jumping up and down with them. For some guys that like Dish, like we were talking about earlier, like Donovan Sims. I mean, he's been banged up every now and over the last couple of years and missed games, and he knows what this program is all about, what that rivalry game is all about. And to see him get to stand up there on that sideline on press row and hoist that trophy up, you don't want to miss you don't want to miss moments like that. They don't happen very often. They're hard. Those things are hard to do. You can't. It's hard to just script it. Finish a regular season perfect home stand, go 15-0 at home, win the championship, do it against your rival, and the hometown kid who's grown up here and his whole family is the one that gets to hoist the trophy when the thing's over. I mean, you can't script that for a movie.
That moment reminded me, because it was very apropos, because Don's been around longer than anybody on the team. For him to hoist it up there reminds me of Reggie Upshaw's senior day when he came out and kissed the floor. I mean, I lost it that day.
Yeah.
And really,
guys like that
had that feeling when Don hoisted that trophy. The same feeling kind of came over me.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know how much we love this program, and it's it touches you when you know that for a 22-year-old, it means that much to them too.
Yep, absolutely. Couple of other quick things. Number one, and I think a lot of folks here would agree with me, I love it when we wear blue and they wear red.
It is pretty cool.
Every time. I think it ought to be that way every time, no matter what sport. No matter.
Like it.
And the other thing, too, to give a little homage to Don's first coach, when the graphic went up that we were East Division champions, one of the first folks to retweet it and like it on Twitter was Coach Davis.
Yeah, he actually sent me a text after the game, and then actually another one today.
Well, good.
Just saying, I texted him back and said, you know very well what it means to hoist that trophy and to get to do it. I guess it was 4 years ago. Did the same thing, beat Western at home to win it. And I can't repeat what all was said, but I know he enjoyed
I know the gist of it.
I know he enjoyed it, and so did we.
All right. Middle Tennessee wins 69-52 to become Eastern Division champion.
Commitment, tradition, and partners. The folks at Sodexo know it's family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. The people we live with, work with, share our world with, and the fans we love to serve. Sodexo is community. It's a community of more than 200 employees and nonprofit volunteers and the thousands of fans we serve at MTSU. Sodexo is a community of people who are committed to enhancing your game day experience. Sodexo, proud server of your game day concession needs and proud to serve the Blue Raiders.
Hi, we're RJ Young. We offer technology solutions that power your business, school, hospital, church, law firm, and more. RJ Young will empower your office to be the modern office. That means an office that integrates technology as a business advantage, all to help you work smarter. From managed IT services, office equipment and technology, business process outsourcing, and digital communications, we're proud to be your one-stop for technology solutions that power your business. Come visit us at rjyoung.com.
Nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity that could have changed your life. Maybe you're just graduating high school, or are working and need to earn a degree to advance your career. Or you aspire to be a leader, and a graduate degree can make that happen. Whether you're just starting out or retooling for the future, Middle Tennessee State University can help you get there. MTSU, the University of Opportunities.
Every week, our Blue Raiders go the extra mile to make sure they're at their very peak. At Sunbelt Bakery, they do the same thing to make sure their granola bars are at their peak. Every week, Sunbelt Bakery brings new batches of granola bars from their bakery to your neighborhood. That's why Sunbelt Bakery's granola bars taste like they just baked them. Because they did. Try a Sunbelt Bakery granola bar today and taste the difference. Sunbelt Bakery. Bakery fresh taste. No preservatives.
Middle Tennessee Electric proudly supports the Blue Raiders, and we're proud to power the scoreboard lights at Murphy Center. When it comes to the electric service in the community, you can always trust MTE to do what's best for our members. We serve by providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member services. Here at MTE, we serve to make life better for our members and their communities. Visit MTE.com to learn more. And about that scoreboard, well, light it up, Blue Raiders.
With a wide variety of equipment and a knowledgeable service staff to keep you moving, Tri-Green has everything you need to conquer your property improvement goals early this year. Use the Build Your Own tool to customize the perfect equipment with the right attachments for any task on your land. Choose tried and true John Deere reliability at an affordable cost, low monthly payment options, and flexible financing available. Visit us in store or online at TriGreenEquipment.com.
It's time to try green. It's time to try green.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight.
The Blue Raiders play here. News Radio WGNS.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight. Our show presented by the Boulevard Bar and Grill, and also brought to you in part by Bud Light. Bud Light proudly welcomes back Middle Tennessee fans to Murphy Center. This year, Bud Light is for the fans, and there were fans and Bud Light in here on Saturday night. It was packed after the ball game on Saturday here at the Boulevard. I want to welcome in the president of the Blue Zoo, that is Sawyer Roberts. Give him a nice round of applause. And his comrades. And Sawyer is from Oneida, Tennessee. Who, real quickly, knows what county Oneida is in? Derek? correct. Derek Vincian wins the clap for knowing that it was Scott County. Huntsville is also, there's a Huntsville, Tennessee. Some folks don't know that, but it's there. So welcome in tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yep. Well, let's talk about the Blue Zoo because you guys have made a huge difference. In particular, last week you work at it all year long, and it kind of came to a crescendo last week. But talk about about how the Blue Zoo, what it is, and the importance of it.
So the Blue Zoo, we're the official student section for MTSU Athletics, and we kind of got our rebirth in 2017, 2018, and we had a really good year then. But then, as most things were, the pandemic kind of knocked us back to our knees. So then last year, so that was my freshman year of college, we kind of wanted to rebirth it and see what we could do, but we were really limited with what we could do. And then this year with football, we were kind of still limited with some things, but then once basketball season hit, we kind of got the green light to go full board, and we really tried to do that. And I mean, this is a really fun team to watch, so it was kind of easy to get students to come out. Once you get them there and that you see that this is probably the most enjoyable and entertaining basketball team I've seen in my life, they kind of understand that and want to come out more.
Yeah, and then when the game ended the other night, it didn't seem like it was like a big organized thing to rush the floor, but it was kind of organic, and it all just kind of happened, and that kind of made it even better.
Yes, I didn't even know they were going to do that. So I was on the court, and I was helping just kind of pack up some stuff, and I turn and look and see the stands just flooding the court, and I just kind of stood back and was like, wow. It just kind of really caught me off guard, and it was a really pleasant surprise.
Yep. Now, the Blue Zoo, as you mentioned, you kind of had a rebirth in 2017 or 18. Kind of talk about how it got started. Do you have the history on it?
So, yeah, there was a man, his name's Kobe Herman. The Blues kind of like died off, and then
he's kind of the godfather.
Yeah, he's kind of the godfather. He's kind of deemed himself the stepdad of it this year. And he was at the Western game, and we were kind of talking, and he was just really proud, and it almost brought him to tears to see it back to where it was when he graduated.
Yeah, and of course everybody knows the flag that goes up, and or the big whatever you want.
Banner.
Yeah, the banner that goes up and all that. Now, last week leading up to, you had 3 games. You could kind of feel the momentum. You could kind of feel the juice on campus and around town kind of growing. And was that the same with the student body around campus?
We had a really big week last week. We played 3 games in 7 days, and that last game probably being one of the biggest of the season. So like Monday night was a real big game. We had a decent turnout, and then on campus Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, me and our fellow officers, Kobe Marlowe, Calvin White, and Zoe Baskin, we all just kind of went around campus. I know on Wednesday we handed out donuts early, and we're just like, hey guys, it's a big week. We need y'all.
Here's some sugar.
Yeah, here's some caffeine. Here's some sugar. This team needs y'all. We need y'all there Saturday, because that was a really emotional game. Because they picked us to finish last in the conference, and then here we are playing for the Eastern title against our rival. It's called the 100 Miles of Hate for a reason.
Yeah, and and I've always said that when we play Western, that when you win, it should feel a little better, and when you lose to your rival, it should hurt just a little bit more. And I think that obviously that outpouring of emotion that we saw inside the building the other night was terrific. Now, just like the men's team, we talked about. Kyle said immediately after the game, #not done yet. Well, Blue Zoo not done yet with 2 women's games this week.
We do. We got a big week this week. I know. Our next 2 games are the 2 people ranked above us in the East Division. So
it's a big week.
Our women's and men are both undefeated at home. So, and these games are both home games. So, they think they can come into the Glass House and beat us, but they're in for a treat then if they think that.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know that that Middle is now the only team that can finish the year with both teams undefeated at home. Arizona had a women's home loss last week, so I'm putting it on your shoulders, Sawyer.
Well, we're accepting the challenge, and we're gonna show out. It's gonna be fun games.
It's gonna be fun. I know the folks who are here tonight certainly appreciate you. I was talking to Johnny Parker back there earlier. And he was saying it. There's not anybody that said, man, it makes a difference when the students are there in force. And you know, you go back to the Old Dominion game. You guys had their guy all whacked out, and every time. And the players, I promise you, the players will say, man, it makes a difference when those guys are here. So just know that your efforts and the efforts of your fellow members of the Blue Zoo, which, by the way, is the largest campus organization, student organization on campus, it does not go unnoticed and does not go unappreciated. So keep it up and keep it up.
Thank you.
All right, Sawyer Roberts has joined us. And one last thing, Sawyer is also not only involved in the Blue Zoo, but he is also one of the videographers for Blue Raider football. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So I saw Coach Brock and Coach Stockton here tonight. Were they making sure that you were? Did they check you off on the attendance list tonight?
Yeah, they check me off, and they try to remind me of practice tomorrow. So
that's right. And so that'll be spring ball will be coming up soon, and mat drills, I guess, continue tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Will it be in the afternoon? I guess with good weather now, it's back in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The future belongs to everyone, so we built the trucks of the future for everyone. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 44 years straight. Built for performance and capability on and off-road. Because the trucks of the future aren't built for a few. They're built for America. Ford F-Series. Drive one today. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance takes great pride in treating Middle Tennessee State University athletes. Experts in bones, joints, and muscles, and with more than 60 specialists in locations across Middle Tennessee, TOA has a playbook to get you back in the game. To request an appointment, visit us at TOA.com or give us a call at 855-NEED-TOA. Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, or TOA, the official team doctors for Blue Raider Athletics.
Hey Blue Raider fans, this is Dr. Mark Hardison with Middle Tennessee Oral and Implant Surgery. We are so proud to be able to serve the Blue Raider teams and their families when they need wisdom teeth removed, dental implants, or other specialty oral care. Our mission is to provide health care as it should be, providing compassion, availability, and excellence to every one of our patients. We deeply appreciate the support of your business as we join in supporting our team. Let's go Blue!
I'm State Farm Agent Jeannie.
Our employees at Purity Dairy are proud to be true blue supporters of Middle Tennessee athletics and their student athletes. At Purity Dairy, we aim to be the most trusted source of wholesome, delicious dairy products for every occasion. We never forget how fortunate we are to be invited into your home, and we earn our place by holding ourselves to the highest standards. With over 100 products available in Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky, visit your local retailer for Purity milk, ice cream, and more.
Murfreesboro, you can count on an award-winning service team for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Lee Company, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, recognized by Angie's List as a super service provider since 2008, is ready to assist with all your home maintenance needs. Heating and air conditioning, plumbing, electrical, home improvement, and more. Experience the convenience of calling one phone number for all your home maintenance and improvement needs. Call Lee Company today at 615-867-1000 or visit leecompany.com.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight as Middle Tennessee gets
athletics.
News Radio WGNS, the flagship station for Blue Raider sports.
Welcome back into the Boulevard tonight as Middle Tennessee gets set to hit the road to Charlotte and Old Dominion. Tonight's show brought to you in part by TOA, Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, proud to offer official orthopedic coverage to Middle Tennessee State University athletes. TOA's 60-plus specialists are experts in bones, joints, and muscles and have the expertise to get you back in the game. With the convenience of 18 locations and 3 urgent care clinics, they've got you covered. To request an appointment, visit TOA.com or call 855-NEED-TOA. And Coach had a couple of questions come in from the audience, and one of them is kind of a natural after such an emotional night on Saturday, and you do wrap up that divisional title. You go on the road now for 2 games. You don't want to fall asleep right then, and I put it, you want to go out and you want to go validate what you just did. And do you have any fears of a letdown or for your team?
Yes. I think the game where it landed and when us doing it on a Saturday and not playing again until Wednesday
helps.
I think helps. We were off Sunday. We were back at it again today and just telling the guys, like, that's great. What we did was great. It was fun. But we've got to reboot, refocus, and finish out a good week because when you get to postseason play, there's a difference between, if we're fortunate enough to get in the NCAA tournament, if you win out, you're 27-7. That number pops out to the seeding committee. Now that's a different seed that you get. So now your opponent isn't Gonzaga or Auburn, one of the teams that's favored to win the national championship. It just increases your chance of who you can play, or it also increases your chances of getting into other tournaments if, in fact, you're not fortunate enough to win the Conference USA tournament and get in the NCAA. So I believe I'm correct in this, that only 5 teams in the 70-year history of Middle Tennessee basketball have won 25 or more games. 5.
And this team has a chance.
And this team has a chance to get to 25 and become just the 6th. And so that was something that we told them, like, you can be one of the best teams to ever play here. And that's a lot of hard work by a lot of people have gone into that, and you're about 10, 12 days away from being able to say that.
Yep. All right. What about the guys that you have already signed and coming in next year?
Yeah, we're really excited about. We're losing Donovan Sims and Josh Jefferson for sure, and we've signed 2 guards, 2 junior college players. One's about a 6'1" point guard, the other's about a 6'3" shooter, and actually both guys shoot it well. Justin Porter is a junior college guard, about 6'1", shooting a little over 40% from 3 this year for his junior college team. Trayvon Smith is actually from right near Bowling Green, and
nice.
Chose to come down here and wear blue. And he's about a 6'3" guard. He's at a junior college up in Illinois right now, and he too is shooting a little over 40% from behind the arc. And so when you think about those 2 guys, bringing Jalen Jordan back, who shot 41% from 3 and was our leading returning scorer towards ACL, we feel really good about our backcourt with those guys, Cam Weston, Eli Lawrence, T. Leonard, that our backcourt is going to be strong.
Yep, and by the way, a little piece of news I forgot at the top of the show, T. Leonard, Freshman of the Week in Conference USA for the 4th time this year.
Yeah, really proud of him. He's just continued to get better and better and better.
Yes, he has.
He's doing great.
Absolutely. And speaking of getting better and better, it's time for 5 random questions with the coach.
Yes, it is. But the coach is going to do the asking.
Oh, I knew that was coming tonight. The
coach is going to do the asking. Chip's birthday is tomorrow, so
the 30th anniversary of my 29th birthday. So that's tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're going to flip the script a little bit here.
Okay.
Seeing that it is your birthday tomorrow, what is your go-to birthday dessert?
Oh, chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake.
Yes.
You're a chocolate guy.
Chocolate cake.
Okay. What is your favorite non-sports travel destination? Where have you been?
Gulf Coast.
Gulf Coast.
Yeah, the Gulf Coast. I like going back there.
Okay. Any spot in particular when you go there?
Perdido Key. That's where I've been going.
Okay. All right.
He's leading into something here.
No. Chip finds terrific restaurants when we travel. I mean, everywhere we go and play, you have some your favorite spots. Where is your favorite spot?
In the league, I'll go, let's say, favorite spot in Conference USA, Hard 8 Barbecue in Denton, Texas.
Hard 8 Barbecue.
Y'all know that.
We've got some people clapping like they've been with you.
Yeah, there's some there's a couple of them, a couple in Dallas, and
I thought the place I had my money on the place in El Paso.
Oh, that's pretty good. The car wash or
I don't know. I haven't been fortunate enough to go with
H&H Car Wash is good in El Paso, and also there's
what is H&H Car Wash? What kind of food?
It's real. It's the real deal.
The real deal
Mexican
food. Got it.
And for breakfast, that's where we go for breakfast.
H&H Car Wash.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we to 5 yet?
No.
Okay.
How long have you been in broadcasting, and who got you started?
I started actually my first broadcasting job in the way back. I was 15 years old, and my mother had to drop me off at the radio station. And I'll give my uncle credit for kind of putting a microphone in front of me in Columbia, doing public address at the junior high and high school football games, and I helped him spot for a while, and then all of a sudden at one of the junior high games one night he goes, "You do the second half," and that was it, and that's how I kind of got started. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
At a football game.
Yeah. I'll say that's where the
juices got going.
Yep, kind of sort of, and really laying in bed at night listening to people like Paul Eels, John Ward,
Who was your favorite guy when you were?
Well, I've got a
voice.
John Ward was really important in listening, but Paul Eels, who did the Vanderbilt games at the time, was outstanding. I like Marty Brenneman, who did the Reds. There's a guy named Joe Tate, who did the Cleveland Cavaliers, who is the best basketball announcer I've ever heard.
Say the name again.
What did I say?
Joe Tate.
Joe Tate. Yeah, who did the Cavaliers. Yeah.
Man, that's some good info right there. Let's see. I think this is 5.
Okay. Because we do have a break to get in. So.
If you competed in the Olympics, what would be your sport?
Oh, no doubt. Curling.
Curling. Man, I love it. I love it.
The heartland with Mountain Dew. Out here, there's no rush hour, just the rush of flying wide open on glassy water at 5 a.m. with your first Dew in hand. And there's no spin class, just bright green spinner bait that ironically matches your second Dew. Out here, we don't just play big buck hunt, we hunt actual big bucks. And out here, the best road is off-road, and the color of your truck is mud. Out here, it's Dew.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic is proud to be the official medical group of MTSU Athletics. We all win big when we work as a team for better health. Just like MTSU's athletes and coaches, our healthcare professionals work tirelessly to make our community proud. At MMC, we really are true blue. MTSU is our hometown team, and your health is our mission. Visit mmclinic.com or call us at 615-893-4480.
Any way you slice it, your game day won't be complete without soft, delicious Bunny Bread and Bunny Buns, an official corporate partner of Blue Raider Athletics. Whether you're watching with friends, cheering in the stands, or tuning in at home, count on Bunny to help block your hunger and give you energy. So pick up some Bunny Buns and Bunny Bread today. It's sure to be a slam dunk.
That's what I said. Bunny Bread.
At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. Care is serving our patients, standing with them in times of need, and showing compassion when they're at their most vulnerable. Care is listening and delivering personalized plans from a team of specialists, providing leading-edge treatments at every step. At Ascension St. Thomas, care is more than a word. It's our calling. Make your next appointment at getsthealthcare.com.
The Blue Raiders play here. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
All right, Coach Nick McDevitt here. Final minute.
Healthcare.com.
The Blue Raiders play here. WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna.
All right, Coach Nick McDevitt here. Final minute or so tonight, and big challenge on Wednesday. Charlotte's awfully good, and they're going to want a piece of us.
No doubt. You're on the road, and they've got an all-conference player in Jameer Young. I mean, he's capable of having one of those 30, 35-point nights. He's that good. So your antenna's got to be up when you're on the road in somebody else's house. Clearly you're going to have their attention because we've beat them once before, and they got a great player.
They do. And then different style on Saturday when you take on Old Dominion.
Yeah, Austin Trice is a load around the basket. He's averaging a double-double in league play. He's just strong, powerful, and we had our hands full with him the first time, and I'm sure we will again.
Certainly will. Coach, it's been a fun season.
Yes, sir. It sure has.